your forecast first. Sponsored by Natax Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, well, good evening to you. Wow, it's been another windy day across the area. Cloud cover has been thin at times, and now we're seeing a few more clouds building in here this evening. Let's take a look at the current temperature right now. It's 57 in Champaign and in Springfield. You've got 60 in Effingham. And these mild temperatures are going to be around again for your Saturday, but there are some big changes that are just around the corner for Sunday. Here's the other big story. The winds, they're already picking up back to 35-mile-per-hour gusts. And tomorrow, they could be even stronger than that. We'll talk about just how strong those winds are going to be and how temperatures tonight tumble again, low 40s, which leads to a frost advisory. We've got 3 different advisories and warnings to share with you. We'll tell you about it coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
A temporary rule extended the expiration dates for FOID cards, while many gun owners are still having trouble buying weapons. Also tonight, a county jail is on lockdown after a COVID-19 outbreak. How many people have tested positive for the virus? And 2 counties are continuing to see a spike in cases. How officials are working to flatten that curve.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
And I've had a very high number of first-time buyers come through here.
And now there is a massive backlog. A high demand is making it hard for anyone to get a gun. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Not only is it taking longer to get a FOID card, but there are a lot fewer guns available too. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in our newsroom. Courtney, so people just can't get them?
Well, Jennifer, they can, but it just takes a very long time. Right now, people with expired FOID cards have an extension, but that doesn't apply to anyone trying to get a new FOID card. There is a state law that says you have to hear back within 30 days once you apply, but that's not always happening. I talked to John Bishop, who owns Personal Firearm Sales and Service. He says his customers say they're waiting around 6 months for a FOID card, and it's hard to get a hold of anyone to help.
Since this emergency shutdown order that the governor's issued, I can't get a hold of anybody in the FOID department if I have an issue. If I have an issue, if anything, I have to get a hold of my ATF agent and have him send an email to the state police.
On top of that, manufacturers are struggling to keep up with that demand as well. Bishop says a lot of guns and ammunitions he normally buys are out of stock. And even though the process is taking longer, Bishop says his sales are way up this year by about 500%. But he feels that's partially because his shop is also getting more popular. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Courtney, thank you. Now, she talked about that FOID card renewal extension. It's only for people whose cards expired after March 9th. They get another 18 months to renew after the disaster proclamation ends. New tonight, several people were taken to the hospital after a crash involving 2 cars and a bus in Decatur. It happened this morning at the intersection of Oakland and McKinley. Police say the bus didn't properly yield to cars. One car tried to avoid the crash, but the bus ended up going over it. That vehicle then hit another car, and the bus hit some trees. The bus driver was taken to the hospital and later released. The people in one of the cars was hurt but will survive. The bus driver was ticketed. The Sangamon County Jail is seeing an outbreak in COVID-19 cases, mainly among staff. 6 staff members and an inmate have tested positive. The sheriff locked down the jail so no visitors are allowed, and there's limited interaction with inmates. 6 staff members are also quarantining following exposure to other officers during a prisoner transfer.
Staff, we had 4 of them on transport together. They were in the same vehicle, so we actually had 1 of those test positive, and the other 4 are out due to the exposure.
The staff members who were exposed were transferring inmates to Statesville. The sheriff notified the Department of Corrections. Those inmates will be quarantined before going into that facility. Taking a look at today's statewide numbers, it's another record-setting day. The state reporting more than 4,500 new cases. That makes more than 336,000 total. The 7-day positivity rate is now more than 5%. 38 more people have died. 3 of those were in Christian, Ford, and Sangamon counties. Illinois has seen more than than 9,100 COVID-related deaths since the pandemic started. Christian and Montgomery counties continue to see a spike in cases. The positivity rate for Christian County over the last 30 days is upwards of 17%. Public Health held a news conference today to ask the community to do better when following mitigation measures.
We understand the economic importance to the parties involved. Unfortunately, these factors should never supersede the importance of our community's health and safety.
Both counties are at warning level, but the state will not intervene until the entire region is above warning level. Region 3's positivity rate is sitting at just above 6%. The Cerro Gordo School District is battling against cyber attacks. There have been several since they moved to remote learning. These attacks cause increased traffic, and that can overwhelm the website, and they're disrupting students' ability to work from home. The superintendent says they're working with Quality Network Solutions to limit the attacks. Some changes are coming to Decatur schools. 300 staff members will no longer belong to the district. They all work in special ed. An administrative change means their employer will now be the Macon Piatt Special Education District. Switching employers will cost Decatur thousands in legal fees. The two groups couldn't see eye to eye on which would continue handling funding and employing special ed programs. Decatur pulled out of the previous agreement in June. Students at Cerro Gordo Grade School dressed up for a vocabulary-themed costume parade. Their language arts teachers had them choose an interesting vocab word and then turn it into a costume on display for parents to see. A fifth grade teacher says it was a great way to get students to put their thinking caps on.
School is a lot different now, and we lose a little bit of the enjoyment part, and so we thought it would be really great to get their creative minds going, use their language, and expand their vocabulary.
The students paraded around the building twice, then went back inside for class. Healthcare workers are raising awareness about breast cancer, what they are encouraging people to do, plus this.
It goes back to improving that veteran experience.
The VA in one city is starting a shuttle route to help veterans get around, but they need volunteers to pull it off. Maybe that's you.